Stand up, New York Mets fans. I am hoping that this is legitimately the final time I got to do this year. Tonight, the New York Mets face. Today, the New York Mets face the Philadelphia Phillies in Game 3 of a 4-game set. The Phillies won the season series last night with a dominant clinch, 12-2 over the Mets. Lindor is still out with back issues for 6 straight games. So the lineup is as follows for both sides. For the Phillies, they'll have Schwarber leading off, then Turner at short, Harper at first, Bowman third, Castellanos in right, Realmuto in center, Sosa at second, Weston Wilson in left, and Johan Rojas, the lineup that beat him last night, in center. For the Mets, another oddball lineup where, again, I question the logic of the self-indulgent and at times incompetent Carlos Mendoza. Jose Iglesias leads off at second, then Starling Marte DHing, Mark Vientos at third, Pete Alonso at first, Brandon Nimmo in left, Tyron Taylor in right, Francisco Alvarez doing the catching, Bader in center, and Angel Acuna playing short. Essentially the same lineup as last night, the only difference being Marte DHing instead of playing right field. But again, why is it that Mendoza's gambling with this bullshit with this lineup? I can't figure it out. I'm ready to strangle him to death. Last night's team lineup had no plate discipline to attach to it. Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Phillies. Sean Manaea goes for the Mets. I mean, seriously, is it so wrong for me to want a manager who will use a consistent and logical lineup instead of constantly gambling in a panic over the fact he lost his star player? Or one of them at least? Is that so wrong to for me to bitch about? In any case, Mets will be in their City Connect uniforms this afternoon, so I put the hat back on. So I've slipped on the hat. In other games going on right now, the Cubs are getting crushed by the Nationals 5-0 in bottom 7. The Pirates got clobbered by the Reds 7-1. And also in a few minutes, there's a rain delay in Boston for the Twins and Red Sox, and the Orioles and Tigers just got started, one out on the top of the first. And the other games, Minnesota, Atlanta, Miami, Toronto, Tampa Bay will start in a few minutes, same time as this game. An hour later, we'll get San Francisco and Kansas City going. Then Texas and Seattle at Texas, Los Angeles at Houston, Arizona, Milwaukee, Cleveland, St. Louis at around the 7:05 to 7:15 hours. At 8:40, Chicago against San Diego, White Sox, that is. 9 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, Yankees go up against Oakland, and the Rockies go up against the Dodgers. Come on in, Pat. The link's right here. Unless you're busy in a few minutes. Refresh. We're about to be underway in about 30 seconds. I hate how finicky this damn thing is. Fair enough, Pat. First pitch over the plate, strike one with the sinker. And right out of the box, home run. I mean, seriously, they're feeding Philly cookies at this fucking point. Pat, why'd you encourage me on streamies when this thing is so fucking finicky? This is why I didn't want to do today's game. 1-1. I might as well just go to option B, radio setup. Turner flies out. 1 down. Fouled off 1-2. Let's see if playback is doing anything with it. Back. Foul again. Two swung on a miss, strike three. There we go. It's fouled off. Even this is off pace. He's off track. 0-2 is fouled off. This is why I don't trust those kinds of streaming apps and streaming devices. They're pain in the necks. They get loaded with pop-ups, and they're off pace. Ball one. Ball two. All because Mania fed him a fucking cookie. Changeup is low, full count. Seriously, Mania, what the hell? Got him swinging, and the Mets get out of it, but not before a small bit of collateral was caused on the leadoff homer by Schwarber. Mets up next. Let's see if they can recover some plate discipline with this lineup. 1-0 Philadelphia. Yeah. Bottom one underway. See what Suarez has got. I'm turning the game volume down a bit so I won't get in trouble. First pitch to Iglesias is low and away. Ball one. Hi, Pop. Not much. Other than Streamy's giving me fits. Sharp line drive to center field. That's going to go down and over the head of Rojas, and Iglesias is on with a double. Aveni met last night. He's the only one that retained a semblance of discipline at the plate last night. A home run and a double. A leadoff homer and a double. On one of Martin. Fouled off. Including a solo bomb last night that let off the game for the Mets. Fouled off, 1-2. Houston with it. Deep right center. It's a productive out. Iglesias will go to third on it. So now Vientos just needs to get it into the outfield and it'll tie it up. Yeah, which has been the biggest problem with putting Marte in right. He's not as mobile as he used to be anymore. So that's why Taylor's in right field tonight, this afternoon. Personally, I would have kept Tyrone in right the rest of the damn year. And if you need Marte to pinch hit, then so be it. Fouled off by Vientos, 0-1. Okay, why the fuck would you swing at one that low in the dirt, you dumbass? Wait, but it's backed up. And Vientos goes down swinging on the same damn pitch. Discipline, Vientos! Disciplino! Seriously, why swing not once, but twice at a curveball in the dirt, you dumbass? And Pete just takes one on the corner, strike one. There is no discipline, it seems, today for the Mets. Ball one is that one nearly hits Pete. Come on, he just hit it. Only fouled it off, but that's not the kind of hit I wanted. Curveball in the dirt, and unlike the Entos, Pete lays off it. 2-2. Another curve in the dirt. Again, Pete lays off it. 2-2. Fouled off. Just hit the damn ball. And it's low in the dirt on a changeup. Ball four. He's going to walk. Seriously, I cannot trust streamings if it's going to be this many pitches behind. I'm just going to do it via the Mets radio call, which is one of my main problems with doing those bogus apps. I prefer doing it the way I do it. First pitch to Nimmo on the way. Ball bounce, ball foul, straight change up straight over the middle. Nimmo just was a little too far ahead of that one. Ground ball to Sosa. He'll scoop it up, lead to Harper, and the inning's over. Mets get a hit, but they strand the bags with a runner at third. One inning complete, 1-0 Phillies. Marlins get on the board first in Miami. They're up 1-0 through one. Tigers threatening with runners on second and third and 2 outs. In the second, against Baltimore, no hitter in the sixth. Perfect game ended in the sixth. No hitter ended in the seventh. It's now 5-1 in favor of Washington over the Cubbies. Castellanos leads off for the Phillies. First pitch fouled off by Castellanos, 0-1. Fuck you, Soler. Castellanos fly ball to left. Nimmo under it. He'll make the catch, 1 down. Fuck you to death, Soler. Tigers now lead Baltimore 2-0. It's raining up in Boston, so the game between Minnesota and the Red Sox hasn't even started yet. Ball on to Real Muto. Strike one. He fucking does. Ramon Laureano with a single that put Adam Oller on behind the 8 ball for Miami. Foul ball, 1-2. Fly ball to center. Bader under it. He'll make the catch. Bouncing ball foul on 1. Mets will have Taylor, Alvarez, and Bader as Sosa grounds out to Manaea to end the inning. The amount of soy in my diet, I doubt I've got enough for it to be a sperm donor. First pitch, strike one on the curve. It looks foul. Curveball low and in the dirt, 1-2. Out to the backstop again. Ball two and a sinker. They didn't sink. I mean, if he's going to throw that damn curveball most of the day, don't chase it. A move I call into question because I didn't see any logic in taking the hot bat out, Mendoza. All I saw was another bullshit gamble. 2-0. Great. I'm like a grade A psycho, if you ask me. A grade A gambling nutcase, if you ask me. 3-1. Full count as he chased the curveball. Goodbye. Long drive to left, and we got a tie game. For Alvarez, that's number 11. It's a line shot. It's a line bullet to left. Ball one. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Curveball. It's another grounder, and that'll be another out. Here's Luis Angel Acuna. Yeah, that was a definitive cookie that was thrown at Alvin. First pitch, and that one's gone! And two of the last three batters, the Mets have gotten solo bombs. First Alvarez and now Acuna, his third of the year. Mets go up 2-1. And was that fucking curveball, but Acuna was ready for it. He drove it to left field and out. Up and out. Ball one to Iglesias, who had a leadoff double but didn't get home on it. Strike one over the center. I really hate that there's no free game of the day today for anyone. He's hitting the right, and Iglesias is 2 for 2. Strike one to Marte. He won't have that luxury this time as there are two outs. Swings and misses, strike two. With a cutter that he just goes right after. Ground ball, Harper, Turner to Sosa, get the force, and that ends the inning. But the Mets do get 2 on 3 and strand 1. At the end of 2, New York 2, Philadelphia 1. So New York Mets 2, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. In other games, Toronto and Tampa, no score. Top 3, 1-1 in Miami between them and Atlanta. 2-1. Detroit's lead has been cut in half. Cubs down 5-1, and it seems like the Twins and Sox got washed out, and they did. And got washed out, i.e., postponed due to inclement weather, in this case rain, which means we're getting a doubleheader between those two tomorrow. A dumpster match. Marbury. First pitch to Weston Wilson, strike one. Two and one, 2-2, and the batter will call for time. Two-two pitch. Sit down. He chased one high. Strike three. Ball one. Granted, it's not often he loses a game this year. Rojas pitch to Rojas is outside again, inside again. This time a sinker doesn't sink. 2-0. Game in Chicago just ended, 5-1 in favor of the Nationals, and that essentially means the Cubs are now out of the playoff hunt. 2-1. 2-2 on a foul ball. Pitch to Ozuna, base hit. In Miami, not in New York. I'm keeping tabs on the other games. Can't blame me for scoreboard watching. Fouled off again. Outside, full count. Out with the changeup. Three two, high pop up. Shallow right. Who's going to get it? Is it going to be Bader or Taylor? It is Taylor. 2 up, 2 down in the third. So Manaea has retired his last 8 after giving up the Schwarber bomb. And he'll face him right now, giving up the Schwarber shot. Ground ball to short. Acuna will get behind second. Fire to Alonso. Inning over. So nothing across. Manaea has retired his last 9. Go to the bottom of the third. Mets 2 and the Phillies 1. Everyone's wondering what that noise is going on. I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be treating this game more like a radio broadcast since, let's just say, any video streaming apps are giving me fits. So I'm just going to use MLB.TV's radio option. If Miami was smart, they'd pull Aller at this point. He's overshooting the strike zone with his slurve. And his fastball is just not finding the right spot. Top 3, it's still 2-1 in favor of the Tigers in Baltimore. It will be a makeup game for Boston and Minnesota. It's a doubleheader tomorrow, 12:35 for game 1, 5:35 for game 2. 2 following a washout. First pitch to Vientos, and he swings at the curveball. And while it doesn't go into the dirt this time, he still chases after it. 0-1. Where's the discipline, kid? Four-seamer high and away, high and up. Middle high, too high and out, 1-1. 1-1. Cuts and misses, 2-1, 1-2. 1-2, and he just stares at it. Strike three. It was a four seamer on the corner. It caught the outside edge. Here comes Pete Alonso. Ball one. And I think the effects of that back tweak are really starting to show for Ranger Suarez. Strike one, 1-1, and again, MLB is acting up on me. Okay, what's the out on Soler here? Pop up. Infield fly, 2 out. 1-1 pitch to Alonso. Outside, 2-1. And outside again on the fastball, 3-1. Oh, it was a changeup. Well, the Marlins get out of there, out of a bases loaded jam with a fly ball by Lorano on the first pitch. We're still tied at 1 in Miami. 3-1 pitch. Pete takes it, doesn't bother to go after it, full count. I don't even know why he doesn't go after those pitches. That is one thing that has been annoying me with the Mets a little bit this year. Payoff in the dirt, ball 4.
Second home run of the series for Alvarez.
First pitch to Nimmo. Strike. Okay, why have Nimmo bunt? He's not as fast as he used to be, and Alonso is an easy dead duck given how slow he is. That's foul, 0-1. Ball 1. Sinker, I don't know why Nimmo chased that one. If he laid off, I mean, he is one of the more disciplined hitters the Mets have had over the years, 1-2. But with his batting average as low as it's been, given how often he's bounced around the batting order, I don't blame him. 2-2 as the ball goes in the dirt. Ball 3 is out as a change goes in the dirt. Now, I don't expect Alonso to take off. He's not that nimble of a runner on the base pads. That's fouled off. Greenlings, and Bohm's not going to get it. And Nemo's bat got busted and broke. Foul ball, sinker. And that ball falls into the Philly dugout as Bohm was racing to it. Not. We loved him enough to ship him out to Oakland for Bassett in 22. Line foul to third base side. This one Bohm doesn't bother the chase and you go after. Nemo's fighting Suarez, I'll give him that much, even though he doesn't do well against the guy. Ground foul again. Come on, smack it, Brandon. Well, he made contact, but I'm pretty sure it's a double play ball. No, it's a force out. Suarez's pitch count really starting to bloat over the last couple of innings, similar to what happened to Peterson last. Taylor gets a line drive, base hit. Is this going to move Nimmo up a couple of bags? No, it does not. Not deep enough for Nimmo to try to go to third. He'll hold up at second. Taylor's got a single, got a 2-out single. And Realmuto going to try to do for Suarez what he did last night for Christopher Sanchez. Calm him the fuck down. And what is it that he needs to do for Ranger Suarez right now? Simple. That's calm him the fuck down. Takes a strike, 0-1 over the middle. Doesn't even bother to chase a low center fastball. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. Just catches the outside corner. Alvarez thought that was a ball. I'm saying it's a strike. 1-2 regardless. Again, I question why Albie didn't swing at that pitch. Ground ball, slow roller back to the mound. Suarez will pick it up, scoop it up, fire to Harper to get the third out. Mets get a couple of runners on, but nothing else. 3 innings complete, 2-1 Mets. Mets drew first blood in the first 2 games between the two teams. The Phillies get away with it today. And look at their line cards. It's been pretty heads or tails so far. On the one hand, Sean Manaea, 1 run, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. No walks. On the other hand, Suarez threw 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. Now, so what pitchers the Mets do have available today as opposed to who they don't coming out of the bullpen? They burned up Adam Ottavino, the Young brothers, and Oscar Brazaban. That means their only available options today if they pull Manaea after 6, if Mendoza opts to pull Manaea after 6 or 7 innings, are Phil Maton, Jose Butto, and Reed Garrett and Edwin Diaz. Those are the only options they got tonight, this afternoon. On the flip side, all Philly had to use after Sanchez calmed down were Orion Kerkering, Matt Strom. Oh, and Stack's also available today for the Mets. Tyler Gilbert and Jeff Hoffman. Which means that their bullpen arms, they can still use Jose Alvarado, Carlos Estevez, Jose Ruiz, first pitch, ball 1. And Tanner Banks. Popped up foul behind the plate. Swing and a miss by Turner at the change, 1-2. One-two's grounded down on Acuna. He'll fire to first, get to Alonso, 1 down. That's 10 in a row after the home run by Manaea, retired by Manaea. And Manaea gets an auto ball. Oh, that was ball 1. Never mind. Line on the left, Nimmo to his right. It's playable, not very deep. Makes the catch, 2 down. Here's Alex Bohm. Bohm was basically a monster last night. First pitch, fly ball to left. Nimmo under it again. He'll make the catch. And that's now 12 in a row retired by Manaea since the home run by Schwarber to start the game. But so nothing to cross yet again for Philadelphia. Through 3.5. Mets 2, Phillies 1. We're going to need more than just 2 to win this fucker. For those wondering what was the stat line for Bohm last night, I'll tell you in the box. Alex Bohm went 4 for 5, scored 2 runs, 4 RBIs, a home run, 3 singles. 3 of his RBIs coming with 2 outs. Jonah Bride weighing on the 2-0. Yeah, I'm also keeping tabs on Braves Miami today. Blow me, okay? So blow me. It'll be Bader. Acuna and Iglesias. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Turn to his right. We'll scoop it up. Fling it over to Harper. 1 down. Here comes Luis Angel Acuna, who has one of the 2 Met home runs, the other belonging to Francisco Alvarez. Fouled off. Ball 2 on the ball 1. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. Ball 2 on the up and out fastball. It ain't no passing craze. It's a light pop-up to right. Castellanos under it. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Curveball, strike 1 to Iglesias. Change-up chase. Grounder back to Suarez. He'll fire it to Harper, and that ends the inning. So nothing across for the Mets either. 1-2-3 inning for Suarez. Still 2-1 Mets. Mets through 4. There'll be Castellanos, Realmuto, and Sosa for Philadelphia's their second time to the bat. I'm facing Sean Manaea. Payoff from Hill, from Fried to Hill. He gets him the ground out to short. Arcia will scoop it up, fire it to Olsen, 2 down in Miami's 4th. It's now 3-0 in Tampa over Toronto in favor of the Rays. One more loss for the Jays, and they're essentially out of the running for the postseason, for those wondering. Naya's only thrown 47 pitches through 5, even though he got himself into a small bit of trouble in the first. In the second. First pitch, swung and miss on the sinker on the upper or outside edge, strike 1. And that's gone. Tie game. Castellanos ties it 2-2. And once again, Manaea tried to go roughly in the same spot, but Castellanos was ready for it. Fed him a cookie just off the outside edge of the plate, and he managed to get the barrel of the bat on top of it. 2-2. And that ends a string of 12 straight batters retired by Manaea after the first home run. Can't afford to go there again. Strike 1 to Realmuto. He tried to go off speed, and Castellanos made him pay for it. Damn it, the feet went dead on me. 0-2 is fouled off. Going change up outside, swung and missed. Strike 3, that's the first out. Edmundo Sosa up next. Swings at a high heat, 92-mile-an-hour heater, strike 1. I don't understand why Manaea got cute against Castellanos, i.e. trying to give him a changeup. 1-2. One, two, got him swinging again. This one too hot. Singer that doesn't sink, but he goes down swinging nonetheless. 2 down. The Mets will have Marte, Vientos, and Alonso coming up in their half of the fifth. Let's see if they can do something with it. Ball one to Wilson. Ball three to Ozzie. Ball one to Weston. Ground ball to Vientos. He'll fire it to Alonso, and that ends the inning. However, Philly ties it up with another leadoff bomb, this time by Castellanos. Through two. We're through five, through 4.5. We're now tied 2-2 between Philly and New York. Mets are going to need some run support and need it fast. Vientos has been stupid enough to chase everything. Alonso's been patient to wait on everything. What I'd give to have MLB Network back these days. I'd kill to get MLB Network back. Base hit for the Braves. What is it? San Francisco leads 1-0 on a Lamonte Wade Jr. solo bomb. Single. First pitch to Marte, swung and missed, strike one. Ball one. For Castellanos, that's season RBI number 984. Ball two to Marte. Line two to Ozuna. Was single twice and got on with a walk. Is there any way we can get Starling off the team? Bouncing ball to short. Turner scoops it up, gets Marte one down. Is there any way we can get we can trade Marte to get a more competent right fielder these days? Don't get me wrong, I still like the guy, but the problem is the litany of injuries chip damage from injuries has piled up, and it's affecting him. Ball one on the Vientos. To where guys like Taylor, Bader, and Nimmo have had to pick up the base running slack. Ball two on the curveball. Chases a curveball, 2-1. Vientos calls timeout. Look, stares at 1, 2-2. I mean, why not just go after that one, you dimwit? And Vientos goes down again. What did he chase? A changeup out of the zone. How am I not fucking surprised by that? What are the odds of him getting the fucking sombrero? Pretty high with how bad he's slumping this series. Fouled off by Pete, 0-1. Come on, Pete, just give me a whack. Just get it over the fence. Ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. And Alonso's walked again. Has walked all 3 times he's been at the plate. What the hell's going on with these two? Okay, why swing the cutter that out of the zone, Nemo, you dumbass? Strike 1. And the Braves just took a 2-1 lead on a single by Matt Olson to center. How does that not fucking shock me? Should have pulled Aller sooner than later. There's Skip. 0-2 on the cut. Cut fastball goes with the cutter again, and this time Nemo doesn't go after it. 1-2. Sinker tipped into the glove. Strike 3. It looks like what Real Muto did for Sanchez last night is working for Suarez now. Through 5, tied at 2. That said, however, I don't expect Suarez to stay in for much longer. He's thrown 91 pitches. At best, he'll come out for the 6th. At worst, this was his last inning. Rob Thompson's pulling him after this inning. I get Schumacher wants to keep Aller in, but still, 80 pitches through 4 2/3, not a healthy number. Granted, I believe 90, 95 through 5 innings is a toxic number, but the point still applies. You're running the risk. We're over in the Philly Met game. Thompson would be smart enough to not bring Suarez back out for at least. The question here for if you're Rob Thompson, do you bring Ranger Suarez out for one more inning? Manaea has only thrown around 60 pitches, so at best has thrown 60 pitches. At best, I could see Carlos Mendoza keeping him in 2 more innings as long as he doesn't pitch himself into trouble. At worst, this will be Manaea's final inning of his home season. especially when we're going to need him for the finale in Milwaukee, for the finale series in Milwaukee. He'll face Rojas, Schwarber, and Turner. First pitch, strike one on a sweeper over the low center of the plate. Sinker fouled off, 0-2. Not do what I think you're going to do. Please do not. Fouled off, 0-2. Sinker doesn't sink and it goes high and up, 2-1, 1-2. Fouled off again. One-two pitch. Ground ball. Acuna will grab it. Fling to Alonso. One down, and here comes Schwarber, one of the only two Phillies with a hit today off Sean Manaea. It was a line drive shot to left to start the game. Strike one on the sinker, and especially in the hot zone for Schwarber. That's not a pitch I would have thrown. I would try to go low. Sweeper hit center. Bader's under it. It's playable. He'll make the catch. Two down. Ball one. Strike one. Strike two. Turner has 3 RBIs in this series, a 2-run homer and an RBI single over the first two. Over the first two games. That one's fouled off. Two and two. Yeah, those were bullshit doing 8 o'clock Sunday nighters. Too far down and in with the changeup. Sit down, bitch! And that ends the inning. So nothing across for Philadelphia. That's strikeout number 6 for Manaea. 5.5 complete. We're still tied at 2 between these two. Not really. All right.
And then I had house special fried rice. You want that? Okay.
All right. And the Phillies do make a pitching change. It's going to be Jose Luis coming on. I mean, I did kind of guess this was going to happen. So Suarez is not on the hook yet. He is off the hook because he's not going to be the pitcher of record from here on out. Now it's a clean slate for Philadelphia as to which pitcher is going to get the blame should the team lose. First pitch is low, ball one. Way in the dirt, 2-0. No to Taylor. Taylor's a deep to center, but it's playable. Rojas under it. He'll make the catch. One down. Be right back, folks. Here's Alvey. First pitch is a sinker, 1-0. Strike one. That's strike two as he just stares at this. I don't understand why Alvarez sacrifices going after the fastballs for discipline. One and two. That one he doesn't go after. 2-2. That was quick. As a bullpen arm. That one's fouled off on the curve. 2-2. We'll do it again. No, it is not. Howie. In terms of being not a good place to pitch. Whereas Citi Field is built opposite of CBP. It is a good place to pitch. Barely gets a piece of that one, fouled off. 2-2 still. Alvarez hits one to right, but Castellanos is under it. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Here's Bader. Okay. So with Suarez out of the game, he's not in line for any decision. Depending on how long Mania can hold down in the seventh, he'd still be in line for the win for a decision. Ball one to Bader. Because if I know Mendoza, once he gets that lead back, he's going to gamble and bring the bullpen in. Something I don't want him to do, especially with how low Mania's pitch count is. Strike one to Bader. As he swings and misses. He's only thrown 74 pitches today. Ball two in the dirt. Excuse me. Two and two. That one's well in the dirt. Full count. Free fed for Nobi, nothing but curveballs. Payoff pitch, sinker, just missed the edge. Ball four, and the Mets have a runner with two out. But again, the majority of the runners, at least for the last handful of innings, have been nothing but walks, and they've done nothing with them. Here's Luis Angel Acuna, who did hit a homer in the third, in the second, they put the Mets in front. Acuna hits one, base hit. Is it going to be a single or double? And it bounced into the crowd. If it didn't bounce and rolled into the corner, the Mets would be in front. But unfortunately, it did bounce into the crowd. It's a ground rule double. Runners on second and third and two out for the Mets. Can they capitalize? They are 0 for their last 11 in this situation. Iglesias takes strike one. And he fouls off the curve. Come on, Jose. Whack it. Whack it. And he grounds out. He reaches and grounds out to Ruiz to end the inning. The Mets get a hit and strand two. We go to the seventh, tied at two. It'll be Harper, Bohm, and Castellanos. First pitch is fouled off. Mania will stay in for now. Now to Harper, and then he takes one up and away. Ball 1. Don't jinx it, dude. Don't. Dude, please don't fucking jinx it. Fouled off on the changeup. 1 and 2. Don't fucking jinx it, dude. But they're batting .250 to a clip of .624. 1 and 2. Foul back again. Ball 2. Fouled off again. Now the Phillies are starting to fight. Yeah, he got rocked the first time, his last time out in London against Philadelphia. I mean, he got rocked. Fly ball, sharp to left. Nimmo's got it. Nimmo will get under it. 1 down. And he got it! But did it hit the fence? It doesn't look like it. Ball 1 to Bohm. Gets inside after missing inside. 1 and 1. San Francisco's up 1-0, as I mentioned earlier. He got him! Mania hacky sacked it to Angel Acuna, who got in the air and fired it to Alonso just in the nick of time. 2 down. But now here comes one of the 2 men that Mania hasn't gotten out. He did cough up a hit too. Nicholas Castellanos, mostly because he went for a changeup in the cold spot, and Castellanos made him pay for it. In his cold spot, and Castellanos made him pay for it. Ball 1 up and away. Fly ball to center field. Bader under it. We go to the stretch, tied at 2. It's a lazy fly, so it's playable for Bader. And he's only thrown 84 pitches. At worst, this is it for him. At best, this is where you pull him. At worst, knowing how much of a compulsive gambler that I know Mendoza to be, he'll try to bring Mania out there for 1 more inning at most. The same trap he fell into last Sunday with David Peterson. And look at what happened to Peterson last night. Sorry, but I had to bring that one up. Yes, I'm aware that was a bit of a cheap shot for me to take as a Met fan, but I had to address the problem. But that was something I had to address. But it was something I had to address. but that was something I had to address. Marte has hit a fly out and 2 ground outs. Vientos has struck out 3 times. He does not want that damn sombrero. And Alonso has walked 3 times. Other games right now, we're through 5.5 in Miami. It's 2-1 Atlanta. Toronto's on the board, 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th against Tampa. Still 2-1. Now it's bottom 6 in Baltimore in favor of the Tigers. Nationals win over the Cubs 5-1. 7-1 Reds over the Pirates, who are now officially, more or less, you can sink the jump. Ollie Roger, the cannonballs will only be firing to play spoiler from here on out. Twins and Red Sox got postponed, so at best, Detroit will only be able to gain a half game on Minnesota if they win tonight, if they win here. Orion Kirk Herring now comes on to pitch the 7th. He had a good outing last time, and when he came in to pitch the 6th for the Phillies. Ball 1 to Marte. I really hate that MLB is now like 2 pitches. Radio calls are like a pitch or 2 behind. A pitch or 2 behind their game day pitch by pitch caster or whatever the fuck it's called. Foul ball 1-1. Yeah. Sinker 2-1. Low and way out with the sweeper, 3-1. Question is, do you come back in on Marte or you try to trick him to chase something out of the zone? Personally, I would try the latter because you don't want him. I would do the former because you don't want him you don't want to give him a free pass, which would open the door from the bolt. In a bolt with Vientos up. And instead, he throws a 4-seamer that just misses the zone, ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk for the Mets. The question is with Marte, is he going to bolt? Is he going to try to bolt on these pitches to Vientos? If he doesn't, he's a double play duck given how slow Vientos is. If he does, it would at least mitigate the double play possibility if it leads to an out. First pitch is a sweeper to Vientos, strike 1. He has struck out all 3 times he's been at the plate, and he's 3 of the 4 strikeout victims for the Mets. That's foul off, 1-2, 0-2. That's true, Marte. You will have to be aware of that. Ball in the dirt. Marte's not going to take off. Realmuto covers it up. And Vientos has got himself a fucking golden sombrero. You dipshit. Where is your plate discipline? Oh, and Alonso gets plunked. First pitch to Alonso, and he gets plunked. I mean, I know Kerkering wasn't intending to plunk Alonso, but he still got him in the back. Yeah, Pete's going to get looked at. Expect the lineup tomorrow night. If Alonso's not in the net, not in the roster setup tomorrow, it's going to be Vientos at first, Iglesias at third, LAA at short, and Eddie Alvarez playing second tomorrow night, if this is the case. First and second, one out. It'll be Nimmo up. And that's after a strikeout of Vientos, who's wearing that dopey-ass golden sombrero. First pitch, Nimmo chases one in the dirt, 0-1, one with a sweeper. Ball one in the dirt. That was a fastball I think got away from him, but Realmuto was able to keep it in front. Short base hit, and the Mets regain the lead. RBI single for Nimmo. That's RBI number 86. Alonso to third. The Mets go back in front, 3-2. And essentially, that gets Manaea in line for the win. And here's Tyrone Taylor. Ball one. And speaking of Mets rival Atlanta, tie game as Lopez gets a single of his own in Miami. I think. I mean, I know Fried's not one for giving up homers with his curves. Let's see. Strike one, foul ball. Oh, a fielding error. Okay. Never mind. And Nimmo swipes second to take the double play away. So that basically means if Taylor can get it into the outfield, Alonso can tag up. Foul ball, 2-2. Fouled off again, 2-2. 3-0 San Francisco over Kansas City. This time, Lamonte Wade Jr. striking again, this time for a 2-run bomb. Ball three to Taylor. And then, another solo bomb. And then Matt Chapman goes back-to-back with him for his 25th. For Lamonte, he's hit both his 7th and his 8th, respectively. Fouled off again by Taylor, full count still. Alvarez waits in the wings, and then it's Bader in the foxhole. And it's Harrison Bader waiting in the foxhole. Payoff again. He calls for time, and he goes down swinging. You son of a bitch. Got him chasing the sweeper. I mean, that is an issue I do have with Tyrone when he's in the lineup. He can get pretty reckless when he's ahead in the count. Now, there, you had to swing. I mean, ball one to Alvarez, and we are expecting, and it sounds like Jose Alvarado's getting ready, but if Kirkland can get out of this inning with no further collateral damage than what he's already given up, that screams that they're going to go to Alvarado in the eighth. The Phillies will go to Alvarado in the eighth. Fouled off 1-1. But the Marlins do tie it up on a defensive gaffe by the Braves. Strike two to strike two to Alvarez, excuse me. Come on, Francisco, whack it. Give me a whack. Line drive, center field, base hit! It falls in as Wilson tried to dive for the catch. It'll score two. Alonso and Nimmo are home. 5-2 Mets. Stand up. And now Kerkering coming out, Alvarado coming in. This was worst case scenario for Philadelphia. Ryan Kerkering on the hook for the loss. Is now on the hook for the loss. In probably one of the worst outings against the Mets anyway, that Ranger Suarez has had. The outing Suarez had today, where he gave up 2 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts, was over 5 innings, was not what Philadelphia wanted. Especially when you consider if they win today, they clinch the NL East. Their magic number is down to just 2 going into this one and coming into this game tonight, this afternoon. It'll be Harrison Bader. Alvarado will come in the face. I hate it when it does this. Ball 1 to Bader. Two and 1 to Harrison. Hang on a second, folks. I got to refresh. 1-2 to Bader, excuse me. Ball, swing, strike, and then a foul ball on a sinker, a cutter, and a sinker, respectively. And Bader goes down swinging, but not before the Mets pile it on. They get 3 runs on 2 hits, a hit batter, a walk, and Strand 1. Through 7, New York 5, Philadelphia 2. I wonder if Lou wants to come in. I mean, he ended his show pretty quickly tonight. We go to the 8th. Let's see what the Mets do. Do they pull him out or bring Budo in, or they bring Maton in? Either way, they get Manaea out of there since he's done his maximum requisite of 7. Let's see. Come on, you stupid app. No, they do not. They're going to gamble and keep him in. Not a fan of this. Ball 1. Not that that matters as there's nobody on base. Sinker stared at 1-1. But he's got to be getting a little worn out. To me, 90 pitches is a danger zone. And there's the hit. I mean, seriously, Mendoza, what is it with your fucking habit of gambling this way? It's a ground ball to center, base hit for bait to bait, ground ball for Realmuto, up the middle, base hit, Bader will scoop it up. This is where you need to get Manaea off the mound. And he does. The question is now, who do you put in? Do you put in Reed Garrett, Phil Maton, or Jose Budo in this situation? Between the 3, I would go with Maton. But knowing Mendoza and his compulsive gambling habit, he's going to go Budo. He's probably going to go with Budo. He used Garrett on Thursday night. He didn't use any of them on Friday, and he didn't use either of the 3 on Friday. And you've used Danny Young the last 2 nights, so he's off the table, unless Mendoza chooses to be a complete and utter idiot. That's only the 3rd hit given up by Met pitching today, and Manaea is done after 7 innings, no walks, 6 strikeouts, 2 runs given up, 3 hits, 2 of the 3 being long balls, and Edmundo Sosa coming up. So who's it going to beat? It's Reed Garrett. Oh boy. At least he didn't put Garrett in a situation where it's runners on first and second and on the corners and 1 man out like last time he brought him in. At least Mendoza's being a little more intelligent this time around. Compared to what he did on Thursday where I nearly blew my stack, it's a step up. Last night, I didn't really have much to blow my stack on. Braves retake the lead. It's now 4-2 in Miami. Most likely off a 2-run double by Ozuna. Either that or a set of homers. Let me just check. It was a 2-run homer by Matt Olson. Fuck you to death, Olson. Fuck you to death. Edmundo Sosa and is out, and they're going to bring in Bryson Stott, which means double switch. That means Stott will be moved to left and Wilson to center when we get to the Met half of the eighth, in addition to keeping Alvarado out there. Ball one is clever move. Smart move by Rob Thompson. I will throw him a bone there. There to go. Go to bringing in Stott. Fastball at the knee, 1-1. Pitcher will step off. Weston Wilson waiting on deck. And then it's Johan Rojas. Unless Garrett can get a double play ball here. Goes outside with the cut, 2-2. 2-1. Is it wrong for me to have a bad feeling about this, folks? I don't think it is. I mean, I've often called Mendoza out for his gambling with the pen. And in games against quality teams, tends to blow up on him. Fouled off, 2-2. And it's now 6-2 in Atlanta after a Gio Urshela homer. So if both teams, Mets and Marlins, win, there's no ground. Everyone stays put again. 2-2 pitch. It's fouled off. Like I said, Howie, it's now 6-2 down in Miami on a 2-run bomb by Gio Urshela. Oh, Baltimore tied it. Fouled off. See how they get the tying run. Oh, and Emmanuel Rivera single in the 6th. Stott grounder. And now Brandon Marsh comes in. The Phillies are gonna burn their bench hitters, which means Stott Marsh is gonna be coming in to play for Wilson at some point. Come on, get a damn out, Reed. Get a damn out. This is my main problem with bringing Reed Garrett with a base runner. He tends to get a little buckled under the pressure. This is where I would have put Maton or Budo in, not Garrett. But again, I've always called out Mendoza for his gambling habit, for his bad bullpen gambling. Ball one on the splitter. And believe me, the gambling can get pretty damn bad with this guy. I mean, I get it. Why you brought Mania out for the 8th. You didn't want to burn your bullpen stretched thin as it is today, and the fact that this has been the big weakness in the series for the Mets. 1-1 pitch, ground ball. Pop up. Acuna will back up and he'll make the catch. 1 down. First pitch. I do not understand the 3-6-3 play. Why go with the 3-6-3? I mean, yeah, you get one runner down, but as a trade-off, you get a run. Oh no. Seriously, Carlos, you're doing this stunt again? Either way, 1 on, 2 out after a force out. Edwin Diaz is coming out. And anyone who knows me knows when Mendoza's done this in the past, I've had a bad feeling about it. So let's just hope that bad feeling doesn't come to pass. Garrett out, Diaz in. 5-3 Mets, top of the 8th, 2 out. I mean, seriously, why not have that one called? That was out of the baseline. By default, that run shouldn't count. But regardless, Mendoza is stupidly turning a blind eye to it. I mean, the fact that, who was it? Stevenson ran out of the baseline going on his way down to first, which by rule should be an automatic out, and it still should be 5-2, not 5-3. I just looked on a video, and it did indeed show Stevenson step out of the baseline, out of the base path. Swung, stared, and missed by Schwarber, who has hit Diaz pretty well in the past, if I remember correctly. Ball 2, ball 1. Each team has hit the ball over the left field fence twice. Ball 2. Ball 3. Diaz missing with those fastballs. Better throw a slider and fast, buddy. Strike 2 on the slider. Full count. Stevenson will be taken off if need be. Ow. I just had to pop my neck. Come on, Edwin. Get the strikeout. We do not need that ball over that fence or another hit for Philadelphia. Come on. Sit down. He stared at it. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. The Phillies do get one of the 3 runs they coughed up back, though. 7.5 complete. New York 5, Philadelphia 3. It'll be Acuna, who has a homer, an RBI double, and 2 RBIs. Iglesias with a double, and Marte in a RBI and a double, homer and a double. Phillies get a run on 2 hits, and they strand 1. 5-3, Mets. It's Mets 5, Phillies 3 through 7.5. Let's go, Mets. For those wondering, I'm not calling the final game between these two tomorrow night, mostly because I want to focus on football. Do most of my focus on football and sit in on the rest of the guys of the crew. So, worst case scenario for the Mets, if they lose this game, Atlanta pulls within a game of them, and of course, Philadelphia wins the division. Best case scenario, they win, and regardless of what Atlanta does against Miami, which currently they're up 6-2, everyone stays put, and the Mets go back to 6 within Philadelphia. Because let's face it, even if the Mets somehow find their way to a tie in the division for Philadelphia when the season's over, the tiebreaker goes to the Phillies. They beat the Mets 7 times to the Mets only beating the Phillies so far 4 times. Could be 5 after today. And Tanner Banks will come in to pitch the 8th instead of Jose Alvarado. Interesting choice, but I get it. Alvarado was in for the 7th for damage control purposes. And we got a triple switch for the Phillies. Cal Stevenson moves in the center, so Weston Wilson out of the game. Brandon Marsh goes to left, and Bryson Stott will go to second. 2 balls, no strikes. To Angel Acuna. Acuna's been a godsend both offensively and defensively. Ball 3. But there's still one factor of his game we haven't seen yet. The speed on the base paths. Will we finally see it here? 3 balls, no strikes to Acuna. He's a free swinger, so I don't expect him to walk. And he does walk. Interesting. Oh, nice cut. Down the sideline. Well, now he's got to walk. All that's left for Luis is a single. And when you consider on Tuesday, he's going to be seeing his brother, albeit in a walking boot, who, when the Mets go to Atlanta, try to put the nail in the coffin, something they couldn't do in 22, do this time with a wild card spot at stake. And only 2 games between the 2 teams, whereas last time there was only 1 between the 2. Nothing 1 to Iglesias. Iglesias with a 15-game hitting streak. Ground ball, double play. Or force out. But no return throw to first, so Iglesias gets on with a force out. Tigers retake the lead. It's now 3-2 following an RBI single followed by a throwing error. We're on a ground by Jake Rogers. Strike one to Marte. Marte has walked, struck out, and flown out, grounded out, and grounded out twice. Fouled off, 0-2. Come on, Mets. Ball one. And Sir Anthony Dominguez is going to come on for Cionel Perez in the Tigers and Orioles. Remember, Twins and Red Sox got washed out today. So the most the Tigers can gain is a half game in the wild card for that final spot. Ball two. That'd be pretty close to my leg. I had to do the joke. I had to do it. Ball three. Marte will go if he so chooses. Iglesias will take off if he so chooses. But remember, he's not as fast as he used to be. I mean, he is 34 years old, isn't it? When you think about it. Payoff is low. Ball four. No swing. And now here's Vientos. He doesn't want the platinum sombrero. His discipline has been horrible this game. He's already got the gold sombrero, and he wants to dodge the platinum one, which is 5 strikeouts in a game at any and all costs. Fouls that one off, 0-1. Mostly because he's been chasing everything with reckless abandon today. Usually he's more disciplined than that. Swung on and missed again, this time on a slider over the plate, 0-2. Come on, make some fucking contact, Vientos. Tipped into the glove, and he's got the infamous platinum sombrero. 5 fucking strikeouts for Vientos. You son of a bitch. 2 down. First pitch to Alonso. He takes strike one. Come on, Pete. Give me a whack. Give it a whack. Give it a whack. Ball one up and away on the 4-seamer. Which is a little odd for Alonso. They hasn't gotten a single hit to even had a single at bat today. He's been plunked, and 3 times he's been walked. He actually has 3 of the 5 walks for the Mets going into this at bat. Right here, center. It's gonna drop. Iglesias will score 6-3 Mets. RBI single for Alonso. That's RBI number 88 for him. It took him long enough to get an at-bat, an official at-bat. Stott was too far out of range, as was Stevenson, thinking it was going to come in deep, and they got there too late. 6-3 Mets. And Nimmo pops up to end the inning, but the Mets do get that run back. Ground ball to Stott. He'll flip to Turner to end the inning. But the Mets do get that run back. 8 innings left. 8 innings down, 1 inning to go. It's the New York Mets 6, the Philadelphia Phillies 3. And if you're wondering why I went with a purple outline, look at the top of the cap. It's now 4-0 San Francisco and Kansas City. Matt Chapman with his second homer of the day. Day in the 6th. And it's now 4-2 on a sac fly by Colt Keith in favor of the Tigers. Sweeney ground ball. Dominguez will field it, flip it to O'Hearn. 2 down, but it moves Rogers to third base. For those wondering, the radio broadcast was the only way I could get away. I mean, Stream East is at least 4 or 5 pitches behind, so I had to resort to using MLB.TV's radio option. Eddie Alvarez will now go into third base, will now replace Mark Vientos, and Jose Iglesias moves to third, Eddie Alvarez to second for defensive purposes. Let's see if this plays out. It'll be Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, and Alec Bohm, all of whom went 0 for 3 against Manaea. Each of them with a strikeout. Each of them getting struck out by the guy once. In other games, it's now 3-2 in favor of Tampa against Toronto. Bottom 7. Strike 1 of Harper into Turner. Alejandro Kirk with an RBI triple that brought home Spencer Horwitz. Swung and a miss, strike 2. Come on, Eddie. Ground ball to Acuna. He fires to Alonso. 1 down. Here's Bryce Harper. First pitch is fouled off, 0-1. And that was after coming up with a over. Swung and missed, strike 2. High and away on the fastball. High and caught the edge. Harper will step out. He will step out of the box. Fouled off. It's fouled off. And it's still 6-2 Atlanta, so no one's moving up or down in the standings today between those two. Fouled off again on the 0-2. And when you consider I'm going to be more distracted with football than I will be with baseball, don't expect me to call tomorrow's game between these two teams at all. Bouncing ball is foul. Ball 1 as it goes in the dirt, as the slider goes in the dirt. And this is a situation you don't want to be in if you're Edwin. Oh, 2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Sit down, bitch. Strike 3, 2 away. Down with the slider, out of the zone. Low in the zone. Low and in the dirt. Here's Alex Bohm. Let's see if he can keep the Phillies alive here. Don't expect Diaz to pitch tomorrow night. He had to do a 4-outer. They'll probably go to Budo for closing purposes tomorrow night. First pitch. Ground ball. Iglesias scoops up. Fires to Alonso. Got him! Game over. Mets win 6-3. And now the Mets have a chance to win this series tomorrow night. Final score. Philadelphia, New York Mets, 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Phillies, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The key plays being the Brandon Nimmo 1-out single and a Francisco Alvarez 2-run double in the 7th that sealed the deal for the Mets. Winning pitcher, Sean Manaea, he goes to 12-5. The losing pitcher, Orion Kerkering, he falls to 5-3. The save to Edwin Diaz, his 19th of the season. Thanks to everyone who showed up to this. Check me out on my solo channel at Mets2128 or my new partner channels that have decided to allow me to partner with them in the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Goodbye. Comment, like, and subscribe to all the content creators in there. Myself, Big G Nation Inside Sports. Welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Classified 3F with Joel. The Unpopular Opinion. Wales 2NJ. King Raphael Shashin. Shashakin, or however his name is pronounced. Zenith. Man Cave Podcast. Sub to all of them. Till then, this is Mets2128 signing out. Goodbye and good fucking night. Bang!